And now for our What in the World segment. What got my attention this week was this. Making way for this. The first one, of course, Avatar, the blockbuster James Cameron movie that is expected to become the world's top-grossing film of all time. I'm seeing it this weekend with my family. Avatar has already made more money in China than any other film in history, according to its distributor, 20th Century Fox. But after just 3 weeks in theaters, China has decided to pull all the 2D copies of Avatar off, leaving only a few 3D and IMAX copies. Now, only 1 in 10 theaters in China is able to show these souped-up versions of the film. Chinese media says Avatar is being pushed aside for a film the Beijing government has a particular interest in, its own version of a big-budget blockbuster, this biopic about the ancient Chinese philosopher Confucius. The film, starring action hero Chow Yun-fat, was partially paid for by the Chinese government. Beijing denies it has pulled Avatar to make way for its own movie. The State Administration for Radio, Film and Television says it was a simple matter of economics. The 2D version of the film wasn't making money. Despite China's denials, nobody disputes that China does restrict foreign films from entering its domestic market. Only 20 foreign films are allowed to be shown in China each year. Western business leaders do report that the Chinese government now freely admits it wants to develop local champions and will not give Western companies unfettered access to the Chinese market. In the past, China needed the United States and the West in general as a source of capital, as a market for its exports, as a political ally, as a provider of technology and know-how. But it's possible that some Chinese leaders have decided they don't need us anymore. The relationship has changed. Now, any nation is free to act as it wishes, but I would suggest that maybe China's leaders might want to take a look at that new Confucius film they paid for. One of the great Chinese sages' sayings was a version of the Golden Rule. He said in his Analects, "Never impose on others what you do not want done to yourself." And if the Chinese turn away from the West and become insular and nationalistic, it might provoke a similar reaction here. And that won't be good for the world or for China.